Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit-talking, and where if we make a bad call, we're not going to get punished by not being able to work in the playoffs, right? Okay? I'm your host, JC.
Well, it should have been done.
Yeah, I'm your host, JC, resident Titans fan, and I need to do this right now after the season we've had.
Oh, he's popping one.
Welcome.
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 Heartbreaker of a game, too, for the Longhorns, but a hell of a game. Jesus.
Yes, sir. Hook 'em. Hook 'em for now and ever.
Joining me, we got...
Forever, second place. Chicken wing.
You suck.
Not the Oracle.
Shut up, bitch.
You suck.
Forever second place.
Yep.
Yeah, forever second place.
Is this because I beat you in Smash Bros? Is that what you're talking about?
No, bitch.
That's exactly,
No,
that's
bitch.
exactly
Talk
what
about
you
Mikey, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about Mikey.
Oh,
Nah.
yeah. Well, yeah, you deserve that. So.
Fuck off.
So much love. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rob, resident Lions fan, and yeah, chilling.
Good evening here. DJ here, Cowboys fan. Let's switch to Philly for a second. You lost to the Cardinals, bitch.
Well, I think we're switching to Philly now. Philly says DJ got hooked up and Rob, resident Lions fan, got rooked this last week.
Damn.
Hey, at
Just
least
saying.
we made the playoffs.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh.
Playoffs.
playoffs.
Damn, it's fighting words.
We'll talk this one out, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah, we could talk about the Jags now making it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm already cashed out, buddy. I've already cashed out.
Damn.
I'm emotionally uninvested at this point.
He's
You sound
already
like
waiting
Rory
for
when
the
You still
draft.
got to
The
introduce
Giants
yourself.
just gave up.
That's the thing.
He
Still
did.
gotta-
You know who I am.
Oh, okay.
Phil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Kevin
Jackson
Durant.
right there.
You know who
Yes.
I am. Kevin
You know
Durant.
who I am.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
thankfully, his Jags won. Didn't lose to the Panthers. Unfortunately,
By
Florida
the
State.
there, but by the grace of God, go I. Holy
Yeah.
smokes!
Otherwise, we would have been.
Oh, we
calling
did shut
Brady
him out.
Bunner, so,
Our defense woke up.
Yeah. So.
We looked all right, but we were playing the Panthers. So,
Florida State didn't look all right.
Oh my God.
well, Florida State sat 23 of their starters. So,
Well, hell.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
I don't
just
blame
gonna
them at
start-
all.
I'm gonna start there and say this: any of you fucking Georgia and SEC and Alabama fans sitting there saying, "See, Florida State shouldn't have been in." See, sort bullshit. Because again, they sat their players. They got screwed. They earned the spot in the playoff. I still think they should have been there. I still think they would have given Michigan a game. Granted, Michigan still would have won, just like they beat the Crimson Tide, bitches.
Correct.
But yeah, Florida State earned that spot. Alabama did not earn that spot. So, Washington, Texas, God, what a game. Oh, man, I really thought Texas was going to pull the miracle there at the end. So,
I died 3 times in that game.
Oh
Just
my
so y'all know.
gosh.
Died 3
Jesus.
times during that game. My
that
heart
game was
stopped.
intense. Well, you know what? Both of those games were intense.
Both
I'll
games
give
were
you that.
really-
Yes.
They were both great games.
I
Yes.
had to go back and watch that final Alabama play. Like, what was that guy thinking? But then I realized, oh, he was supposed to cut back, but he got
Exactly.
tripped. He got tripped by his offensive lineman getting pushed into him. God, Michigan's pass rush was freaking insane. And I'm going to throw this out there right now. I think Michigan's going to beat Washington. I know Texas struggled to get to quarterback for Washington. Penix, who,
Shit.
quite frankly, should have won the Heisman. As
Yeah.
amazing as he
Yeah.
was. But
That's it.
Michigan's got a much stronger pass rush than Texas, and I think they're going to get to him. And it's going to be hellacious, man. It's going to be crazy. So
As a Florida State fan, I'd love to see Michigan win it and then get stripped for cheating. But I know that's not going to happen because that's not how this game works.
Jesus. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Today we're going to recap how we did in Week 17, have a little bit of sporting news to discuss, and then we're going to have our Week 18 predictions, but not in the usual way. We're just going to be laying out what our playoff machines are, kind of leaving the rest of those picks a mystery. So, but let's get into how we did in Week 17. DJ won the week going 11-5.
Goddamn right.
Myself, Rob, Chicken Wing, and Phil all went 10-6, while Nori went 9-7.
Trash.
Nori's not joining us today. I don't know if he's not feeling well. I know he's been feeling bad the last
Alright.
couple weeks, but
Nah,
Yeah.
he's feeling awful because Giants are trash.
okay. So, going into the last week of the regular season, the last week of our pick contest here, Chicken Wing holds a slight lead with 153 correct picks. Phil at 152. DJ jumped into third, has 150. Nori has 149. Rob has 147. And by God, I hope none of y'all saved your picks because I got 142. And mathematically, I'm not eliminated yet. So,
Hell yeah, let's go, JC.
Let's
You got
go.
this. Let's go.
I really hope none of y'all saved your picks. That's just my hope. But yeah,
Already fucking saved them.
God damn it. I'm
Listen,
screwed.
we already said it, okay? Nori's trash because DJ jumped him. Good job, DJ.
But let's go down the line here,
Mike.
DJ. Any picks you
Yes, sir.
regret? Any surprises for week 17? And I know there was quite a few.
Yeah, how badly the Ravens beat the Dolphins is my first surprise. Yeah, I expected the Ravens to win the game, but not like that. I don't know. The Dolphins were just outclassed. I mean, for the longest time, the Niners are the best team in the league, and then the Ravens beat them, and then the Ravens doubled down and destroyed the Dolphins, who were supposedly another contender. But now it just seems like the Super Bowl is going to go through Baltimore, which it already is, so they got the number 1 seed. But then, I can't imagine them not going based on how they're playing now. Let's get to my favorite game, the Cardinals and the Eagles. Loved it. Fucking loved it.
Cardinals did the Lord's work.
They did. They did. God bless them. God bless you, Kyler. Thank you for putting down Call of Duty for one day. We appreciate you. I got to say, I'm surprised that the Cardinals won. I was shocked initially, but then it just switched over to nothing but surprise because I've been saying this for months. The Eagles secondary is trash. They've been trash for a long time. They've been skating by because their offense bails them out. But if you watch Arizona's last drive, they went straight down the field with almost no resistance. 10-yard completion, 15-yard completion, just like it's nothing. Kyler's out there playing backyard football. Just awful.
I love it.
But again, exactly. It makes me feel great, though, so it's all good.
You know what's
Well,
funny to
I'm
me
not-
is the Cardinals
I
have
don't
y'all's
know.
division's number.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Except for the Giants. Except
Two
for
of
the
the
Giants.
teams. Two
Yeah,
of the
they-
teams.
Except
Yeah,
for the
they-
Giants.
Just the top 2 teams in the division. The other 2, not
Giants,
so much.
Giants
Yeah.
pulled it out.
Yeah. So,
The Rams beating the Giants was not a surprise, but how it happened was very entertaining. So
Maybe that's why Nori's not here. Hold on.
yeah, I mean, Jesus
I
Christ.
just remembered.
The Giants,
Oh man,
the Giants
I wouldn't
had
have
that game.
yeah.
I thought for sure I was okay with this. I got this pick wrong. It is what it is. But the Rams were like, "Nah, just kidding. Watch this." So,
Mm,
I really thought the Bengals had that game wrapped up, but Patrick Mahomes was like, "No, we can't lose any more games. We got to win going and clinch our playoff spots." They went ahead and did that. Other than that, well, I am kind of surprised at how well the Bears are playing right now. They look good. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything because they're not going to the playoffs. But maybe they'll knock the Packers out of the playoffs with a win this week. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Oh, that's it.
You ain't gonna give the refs their props
Why would I
Nah.
do that?
for the Cowboys win.
The Cowboys.
For the Cowboys win, just ask them.
oh my God.
That was fairly called.
No.
That was fairly called, Phil.
Oh.
Yeah.
Barely.
Why
Down
would
the
I?
middle.
Why would I give the refs
Just
the props
asking.
when-
Just asking.
The
And-
refs
I mean, I'm
didn't
just
wanna
asking.
fucking listen. That was the problem.
Oh, hold on. Phil asked me a question. Let me answer his question.
Sure.
So,
Down the
why
middle.
would I give the refs props if Dan Campbell himself, in a press conference, said he sent 3 guys out on purpose, trying to fool the defense, which basically
No,
fooled the
Dan
refs?
Campbell was not gonna throw anybody under the bus. Is what he was doing. There's clear evidence
Sounds like
on
a
the
personal
field.
problem, Phil.
on the field
doesn't sound
of
like
like
it's on
everybody
mine.
calling like, "Hey, here's what's going on." I'm not saying the Cowboys cheated. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they got a good hookup because they got a
So,
big hookup
what-
there. The refs
What
suck.
about the tripping call that Aiden Hutchinson committed, but it was called on a different player? What about that one?
Damn.
I can't hear you, Phil.
How
Yeah.
many points? How many
Dude,
points? How
alright,
many
look,
points? How many points that triple call? How many points that triple call cost the team?
Let's get through our
Yeah,
recap,
yeah,
and we'll spend a little bit of time talking about the referee because this has been a
All
debated
right,
topic.
fair enough, fair enough, fair
Okay,
enough.
cool.
Fair enough.
My turn next. Pick I regret. I'm regretting taking Atlanta the way Chicago's been playing. But I thought maybe, okay, Atlanta's got something more to play for
Nah.
in their weak-ass
They
division
don't.
that nobody wants to win. But, yeah, Chicago. And props to Chicago fans cheering for Justin Fields, saying they still want him back. I love to see that. I starting to believe in him now that he's kind of got his feet wet. Now he's starting to mesh. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears, who, by the way, now have the number 1 pick via Carolina, because Carolina did clinch that. But
Jesus
trade
Christ.
that goes to Chicago. Chicago has got the number 1 pick in the draft and could give Justin Fields some much needed help if they decide to keep him around. So, surprises, obviously, Arizona beating Philly. Good Lord.
Loved it.
But
Loved it.
also
Awesome.
Pittsburgh. Wow. Who knew Mason Rudolph was the answer to all their fucking problems, and now they got a shot at the playoffs. Ugh. That was a borderline regret because you can never, ever doubt Mike Tomlin to ensure that he has a winning record. And he clinched that at the very least. So, all right, Rob, your thoughts on Week 17?
Pretty much same regrets. I think the surprise again, Steelers beating the Hawks, and we've already talked about like the Cardinals smashing on Philly.
Good
Yeah, that was great. Loved it.
Yeah, nothing. Don't regret many other things other than picking the Vikings to beat the Packers. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Nothing. I'm good.
Yeah, my only surprise was the Raiders beating the Colts. Really, I mean, besides the other ones that were surprises that weren't mentioned, I thought the Colts. I mean, they're both chasing a playoff spot, but I thought the Colts were going to try and pull ahead this game, and Eagles. Buccaneers, Seahawks. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, did you say the Raiders beating the Colts?
Losing
Oh no!
to the
Well,
Colts.
no. I picked the Raiders, didn't I? Well, never mind. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just. Yeah, the Raiders lost. I picked the Raiders too, so I'm with you.
Yeah. No.
I
Gotcha.
But
Same.
Yeah. Well, I was rooting against the Colts, I guess, last week.
I don't blame you. I was too.
But no, I thought they had a good chance, and it was a close game. It was a 3-point game. So.
That 3-point game wasn't a blowout like the Ravens.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All right, Chicken Wing, did we get your recap?
No regrets.
Okay.
I loved all
No,
my
fuck that guy. Fuck him.
That's that guy. No regrets. Shut up.
No regrets. Love my picks. I'm still ahead of Phil. That's all that matters.
Wow. Phil, you have a job, sir.
You
Okay,
have
you know
a
what it is.
mission.
You
I
know
need
what it
you
is.
to have another one of your perfect brackets, please.
I don't even give a damn if you beat us. I just need you to beat Mike. That's all I care about.
Could happen.
Okay.
Nori's not joining us, but I assume he's regretting taking Miami and regretting taking the Chargers. So,
And the Giants.
did he take the Giants?
Of course you did.
Of course you did.
No, he didn't.
It's
He
the
took the
Giants.
Rams. He took the Rams on that one.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sure, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good call, Nori.
Good on you.
everybody
guess
else
Nori.
kind of fell in line with us as well. So, yeah. So,
I guess, Nori.
All right.
all right. Well, let's talk about it. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the Cowboys
Go Lions.
Lions game.
Nice.
Eligible
game, by the way.
receiver reports and all this stuff like that. First of all, it's not on the Lions because, yes, we've seen the camera angles. Yes, they walked 3 guys towards them.
It's also not on the
Hold
Cowboys.
on.
To be honest with you, it's not on the
two-
Cowboys. That's the only person who thought it. There's no question the Cowboys aren't to blame for this one for the first time in history.
But what I'm saying is there was only 2 offensive linemen near the referee when he walked over to tell the Dallas defense who was reporting as eligible. And he reported the guy that was like 15 yards away from him that was walking in the direction towards the line of scrimmage. Like, are you not even listening? Are you not paying attention to what fucking number they are? Like, seriously. And for anyone sitting there saying, well, the NFL, for them to come out and say, reiterate, you need to report clearly and this and that, the guy did. What more do you want from that situation? He came to the ref and told him, I'm the one that's eligible on this play. Is it his fault the ref told the other team the wrong number? Like, that is messed up part of it. And then the NFL is trying to reiterate, well, you sent this, you shouldn't be deceptive. That freaking defenses are deceptive all the time. Why can't the offense be that way and hide what they're going to do? You know? So that's the NFL is just like horribly handled this. Obviously, the referees are getting punished. They are downgraded and not going to work any NFL playoff games at all. Now, granted, their last assignment this season does happen to be Baltimore and Pittsburgh in a national TV game on Saturday, by the way. So, if they screw it up for Pittsburgh and cost them a playoff spot, oh my God. Let's see what happens with that. So,
Can't wait.
yeah. But the long and short of it, I think right now is it's not on the Lions, it's on the refs. This is where we can blame the refs for a bad call. Now, granted, did that ultimately cost them the game? No. They could have made a better play call on the 2. They still had a chance to win. They had other opportunities during the game to be ahead. So, yeah, they still got to win it on the field, obviously. But, DJ, your
yes, sir.
Cowboys, in a way, benefited from this. What are your thoughts?
We did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't disagree with anything you said when it comes to the responsibility there. At the end of the day, Brad Allen, you're the head ref. You have to be paying attention. I'm not going to fault the players for trying to be deceptive, because I'm with you. The defenses are deceptive, and that's not just with the Cowboys. That's in general across the whole league. So, as an offensive player, I'm trying to basically as a coach, I'm trying to out-coach you. So if I send 2 guys, 3 guys your direction, all we're doing is basically saying, okay, one of these 3 guys could potentially be who's reporting. The head ref's going to go tell the defense, but he's not going to walk around to each specific defensive player and say, hey, by the way, it's that guy right there. Take a look. He's going to go up there. He's going to say it loud enough to where people can hear. He's going to go off. Mm-hmm. So it's now the job of the defense to make sure they're close enough to hear it, or that they pass along what needs to be passed along. So I'm with you on that. To go further, Brad Allen, I don't know. You talk about having people fired, get fined, get punished. This is not the first time he's been part of a crew like this where there's piss poor refereeing. He was the guy who had his officiating crew in the Eagles-Dolphins game where the Eagles had 0 penalties and the Dolphins had 10 when they were in Philly. So, I don't know. I don't know if there's something going on his end. If he's a betting man and we just don't know that he's a gambler and he's gambling on these games, who knows? But
FanDuel.
But
Everyone sponsors the NFL.
Sorry.
No, you're good. So, and to your other point, is that what cost the Lions the game? No. Jared Goff threw 2 picks, and there were 2 picks where he was late with the ball, and the Cowboys DBs made good plays on it. So that also had something to do with it. Different play calling. If the 2-point conversion gets called back, maybe you just kick the extra point. The game ends up going to overtime. Maybe you win it there. Who knows? There's a bunch of hypotheticals. And there are other calls that were in that game where it's just questionable. There's a pass interference call that didn't get called, where the safety literally stopped Brandon Cooks from running his route, but they didn't throw a flag, which would be pass interference. But then there's a play that the Lions were screwed on again because it was pass interference on the Cowboys, and I even said it, like, it's pass interference, they're going to throw a flag. They didn't throw it. So it's like, all right, well, I guess the refs are just like, we'll throw this flag, maybe we won't throw this flag, but then we'll make up for not throwing that flag by throwing this flag. It's just bullshit all over the league. So yes, we benefited from this one, but this has been going on for months.
Yeah,
So,
and I think we all agree that we'd rather have a clean game that is not decided by the refs.
For sure.
I mean, and it seems more and more that's happening, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
just
then,
wait till the Super Bowl.
it's not bottom lining. Okay, this is the exact play why you lost the game. But at the end of the day, we
Yes,
have
no, there's not that. There's
play at
not
the
that.
end.
But that
Yeah.
one was
Yeah,
a 2-point conversion that was in the last, 3 minutes of the game that would have.
And it's
Less than a minute, actually.
play.
No, it was like
It was
11
yeah,
23
minutes.
seconds. 23 seconds.
It was pretty.
literally.
That one was pretty much
Yeah.
a game decider, in particular.
Yeah, barring a miracle.
But we shouldn't come down to a ref can ruin a game.
The Cowboys had 2 timeouts. There's 23 seconds left. So let's just say the 2-point conversion counted. Is there a chance they still go down and get a field goal?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no way you can't reverse at this point. You can't reverse at this point. You're right.
Exactly.
But it shouldn't
But
have
at the
ever.
end of the
We
day-
shouldn't be in this position where we have to what if?
That's
What's
just,
the
and
problem?
it sucks that that's the way it is. But the referees are. This is happening more and more frequently. And when all you hear is, well, they're not going to be able to referee the playoffs. Okay, I understand that because they get paid per game, and their playoff games you get paid more money. That's fine. But when are you going to start finding refs? Because players get fined for taunting. Like, oh,
I mean-
$35,000 fine because you did something we don't like. But the referees are making blatantly bad calls where the NFL comes out the following week. Well, that was a mistake. We missed it.
Yeah. Oopsie
Okay, so what's
doopsie. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah.
And see, that's
This is a $1 billion corporation. They should be just paying them as full-time employees, where there's no question that that's what you have to do.
I don't know.
This is your job.
I don't know the details of the collective bargaining agreement with the referees association. But yeah, it is something. If they maybe they have it instituted as far as the fines or some sort of system on that, but it's just not public. So I don't know. Maybe there is something out there, but obviously, if there is some sort of fine system, it would be nice if they made it public so people can be aware of it. So
Exactly.
yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, they work what at least 16 weeks a year on the weekend anyway. But you know what? It's a very high profile job. Just make them full time employees in your $1 billion corporation, and if they don't do it right, it's easy to figure out after the fact, if nothing else. Look, Phil, you're blind as shit. Apparently, you missed this terrible, terrible call. Sorry, you can't be a referee and make $300,000 a year anymore for your 4 hours a weekend job. I mean, it's not a difficult fix, really, if you think about it. Sorry,
No, it's not. But they're not going to do anything except they're going to publicly tell us that they demoted a referee or the referee crew. That way, they're not refereeing in the playoffs. But they're not going to actually tell us, oh yeah, by the way, we also fined them XYZ amount of money. It's just going to be a letter that the NFL sends to them, and it's like, pay this fine and then go away. So
it shouldn't come to that as a problem. That's the problem. It shouldn't.
no, I agree. Yeah, but it needs to, and that's
It should have been the fact where, hey, you know what? You just lost your very cush job as a ref whose job was to call a fair game because you clearly didn't.
yeah, it's fucking crazy.
It's that simple.
I mean, some of the stuff. Okay, let me just say this. Some of the things that are missed, I can understand it. Bang bang plays, or the referee happens to be running down because there's a
Absolutely.
running
You
play,
can
the
miss a
running back
hole.
plays
You can
through,
miss
and
all
then you
this. You
something
can miss
on-
all that,
on
but
the
you don't
back end.
pull one out of your ass like
Right.
ineligible receiver when they check in.
Yeah.
When you are running down the field as a receiver and your route is impeded by a DB, that is textbook pass interference. Everyone can see it. You're supposed to be looking where the ball is, aren't you? Okay, well, the ball's down there, and the receiver can't get to it because the safety has run into him. That's pass interference. But there's no flag. I don't get it.
Well, but so I agree. That should be challengeable. That should be because it's easy to see. You can always replay a pass interference call. That one should be totally challengeable. But ineligible receiver did not check in, even though all the camera angles show him checking in on a 2-point conversion in the last minute of the game. That's
$1 billion industry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue I have. I mean, I think you should be able to challenge everything. Like, no, that should have been a penalty. You should be like, that should be a penalty. There should be challenges for that, and there aren't a lot of those.
No.
So let me ask you a question then. If the penalty would have been illegal formation before the play went off, would we have as much as a reaction as we do now?
Of course
me
not.
as-
Possibly, because I
No.
don't think it was illegal formation. The receiver was off the line. He was lined up
What?
eligible. So
Oh, he was off
Yeah.
the line. Okay, because
He was off
I
the
don't
line.
I don't remember his exact position, but okay.
they were
There's
saying,
nothing,
they were
there's nothing
saying,
really illegal at
They
all.
were saying illegal formation because the guy that the refs reported as eligible
Mm-hmm.
was lined up as ineligible. That's why.
Even
But-
though
got
he reported, but
But it wasn't even
Brad
the guy
Allen
that reported. The guy that reported, but the referees fucked up and said, the one that actually said he was reported, the guy that caught the pass, he reported
Yeah.
as eligible. He lined up legally. He lined up in a tackle eligible formation. That's what he did.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
But the number
Yeah.
70, who they said was the one that reported, even though he didn't, he was
Way
lined
off
up.
the wall.
He was lined up. He was covered. Whatever. He was not an eligible receiver, and he didn't even go downfield. So what's the issue, right? And that's where all this confusion is, because the referee doesn't know how to fucking listen, and told the defense wrong, and that's pretty much what
Yep.
it is. Yeah. So.
at the end of the
I
day,
don't blame the Cowboys for this in the slightest. I mean, it's not the Cowboys'
No.
fault, but the Lions did get screwed.
if the referee, after the mistake was made, if he or the NFL, somebody would have just flat out said, you know what, that was a mistake on our part.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Lions fans and Lions personnel, Lions players, coaching staff, are they still going to be upset? Of course they are.
Well,
But at
no, the
least
smartest
they're-
thing he could have done was pick
we-
up his flag.
we took-
He should have picked up the flag
we
because
made
there
a
was
mistake, and
Then he
that's,
picked up
we
the
made a
flag.
mistake. It was our fault. Let's move on. But they're not going to pick up the flag, and you know that.
And
Well,
in
that's
that
what they should
moment,
do.
they're not going to pick up the flag. They're in that moment.
No.
They think
No-
they're
no
right.
way.
Like, this is who reported. As
Exactly.
As much as their debate is like, no, we didn't. This guy reported, and
Yeah, they're not going to pick
That's
the flag.
all
Come on.
evidence to the contrary. I mean, look, you this is a ridiculous thing in a playoff determining kind of game. You need to figure this shit out, and it can't always be on the referee on the field. I understand because shit happens, but he should that should have been what happened. That flag shouldn't have ever gone out, and then once it went out, it should have been picked up.
yep. Ultimately,
Between the cameras and everything else, they should have picked it up. I mean, it should have
Pick up a
been.
flag? Come on, man.
blame the
Well,
referee.
occasionally they do that. Occasionally there's no penalty on the play. There's no penalty on play. 2-point conversion is complete. I mean, that's
Like I said, blame the referees' egos for that, for not wanting to pick it up. They wanted to be right. And
Exactly.
Ultimately, it's costing them a lot of money because like those playoff games are pretty premium for referees. So. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
So, all right. As mentioned, CFP National Championship, Michigan versus Washington. I've already said who I'm picking. It's Michigan. Who are you guys picking?
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
I think
like
Michigan. I want
Washington.
Washington. I want Washington.
What about you, Rob?
I'm taking Washington
All right. So,
because West Coast.
West Coast.
Actually, I take it back. I want Michigan to win and get stripped for cheating.
Oh, Jesus.
That's if we're gonna go back to all of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But
no.
in the meantime, I want Washington to win.
Man should have
And
been
A little
Heisman.
bit of news announcements. We know the USFL and the XFL merged and are being called the UFL, the United Football League.
Lord
The
have mercy.
UFL
Ooh.
announced their conferences, their teams, and who the head coaches are going to be for the upcoming season. So, here's a little breakdown. There's going to be 8 teams, all of which are in the Eastern or Central time zones. So, first, we have the USFL Conference. The Birmingham Stallions are going to be coached
Lame.
by Skip Holtz. The Houston, and there were actually 2 teams in this market with the merger. There was a USFL Houston team and an XFL Houston team. But they're keeping the XFL name, the Houston Roughnecks. But the USFL coach, Curtis Johnson, is coaching the Houston Roughnecks. Memphis Showboats, John Filippo is going to be the head coach of that. And the Michigan Panthers, coached by Mike Nolan. Those 4 teams will make up the USFL conference. While the XFL conference will be made up of the Arlington Renegades, coached by Bob Stoops. DC Defenders, coached by Reggie Barlow. The St. Louis Battlehawks, coached by Anthony Becht. And the San Antonio Brahmas, coached by Wade Phillips.
I have thoughts on
What?
this,
Yes.
by the way.
No way.
Yep.
I
I
have
thought you were going
thoughts
to
on
say
this.
coached by Dwayne Johnson. I was like, oh my God, he's doing the coaching too? Holy shit.
I mean,
Should have been.
it was more. There's no more pandering unless they put like David Robinson as the coach of the team.
Maybe his
It's
son,
the
his son
most
played
pandering.
Yeah.
It's the
That'd be
most
dope.
pandering thing they could do. But hey, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I mean, you're trying to draw a crowd. So
Wade Phillips, coach of the Brahmas. Yeah. So.
yep. I don't know what happened to Hines Ward. Hines Ward's back. He's probably
don't
homeless.
know.
He's probably homeless now. He's probably homeless. I
Who
feel bad for
knows?
Hines Ward.
Right.
The Brahmas didn't exactly have the best of
What the
seasons
fuck?
last year, but yeah. So,
What? Hopeless.
yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure Hines Ward's doing just fine regardless. But I liked having Hines Ward as my coach. It felt good as a season ticket holder for all of the Brahma seasons. I prefer having Hines Ward as my coach than Wade Phillips personally. But here we are.
So the timeline for the UFL, players will report to training camp on February 24th in Arlington. The teams will play a 10-game regular season starting March 30th with Birmingham versus Arlington as the first game. And that is kind of the timeline from there. 10 weeks from there, and then playoffs afterward, which I assume is the top 2 in each conference go. So,
Yeah, it's 5 home games. I looked into this actually today
yep.
because I want to know because I have season tickets. I just don't know when those tickets are good, and they are not out yet. So there's no San Antonio home games announced. There's no games announced at all except for maybe the opening game.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out for sure. So,
Hey, fun fact. So you said Skip Holtz is one of the head coaches.
yes,
Yeah, he's a son of Lou Holtz.
that's
For
correct.
those of you who weren't aware.
Notre Dame fame.
Notre
Yeah.
Dame.
Yeah, correct.
That's the guy.
That's the guy. I like
We
the
got Wade
chances.
Phillips, who's famous for
Yeah,
what's he famous for?
DJ, what's Wade Phillips famous for?
Failing.
I don't want to talk about that. Sir. I don't. wanna address
Failing
that.
miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Hines Ward famous for?
Breaking somebody's
Being
jaw when he
awesome as
wants
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Being awesome as shit.
Mhm.
I wish Hines Ward was my
breaking
coach. Damn
someone's
it.
jaw when he would block them. That is what he's famous for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's famous for. If he's gonna
Yeah.
block, he's gonna knock your head off.
Yeah.
That's when
I wish
that,
he was my.
plays like that were
I wish he
lethal.
was my coach.
Oh boy. All right. Now to our overreacted minority segment here, and potentially the final one for the season. So we'll see. Chicken Wing, you got a few for us?
For the season.
Well, yeah.
Man, I'm walking this into the playoffs,
I
my
don't know how
guy.
you're gonna do this in the playoffs, but okay. Fine.
Playoffs?
Playoff.
Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs. What are you talking about playoffs?
Playoffs? So, JC, since you wanna start things off, my guy,
I guess so.
Stafford will win a playoff game, and it will be in Detroit.
Oh.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh. Interesting.
Hitting them up early, bro.
Man,
Got some good ones today.
That's actually a really good
I
one.
don't
Holy
know.
shit.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Not sure.
Wow.
Not fucking sure.
I would say it's not an overreaction. You put that offense in an indoor stadium, yeah, it wouldn't be an overreaction. So yeah, very good possibility.
I'm not effing around, my guy.
All right.
That's okay. Since you don't know that one, I'll give you Nori's. Bitch
Okay.
ass don't want to show up. The Bills are now added to the list to knock off the Ravens in the AFC. So we the Bills and the Browns. Those are the two.
Personally, I think the only team that can beat the Ravens in the AFC is the Cleveland Browns, and I don't think any
Agreed.
other team's going to match up with that. So
Damn, so you calling it an overreaction there, my friend?
I'm going to say it's an overreaction. So
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yep.
Bobbert. The Browns need to trade Watson and start Flacco next season.
What the fuck?
Wow. If he wins his first playoff game, then I'd say yes.
Okay.
Oh, what you done
If
for
he
me
wins the
recently?
Super Bowl,
Well, trade Deshaun Watson. You just gave that motherfucker 16 farms, 2 yachts, and then 12,000 acres of land.
but did he win you a Super
Guaranteed.
Bowl?
Did he win?
When you
I'll say a question for you guys.
Did he
Who's
get
not a
your
Joe
team to the
Flacco?
Super Bowl again? A game that the Browns have never been to, by the way. So
Who is not a Joe Flacco fan right now? To be honest,
Me.
If you-
Me.
Why?
Steelers fans, Ravens.
Why? Because he beat me in New Orleans. That's why. Fuck him.
You
Bitch
did.
ass.
Oh man, he's
That's right. Yeah, you guys are trying to cheat with the power outage. That didn't work out either.
Yeah, that
we
shit didn't
ain't
work out,
cheat
did it?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah,
Alright.
you little
There
bitch.
wasn't no cheating here.
Yeah, yes, you did.
Oh, no,
That didn't do shit.
Yeah, we
That
ain't
just
really
made the
fucking
Ravens
cheat.
angry.
Yeah.
That's all it did.
Bitch ass. I can't stand you. All right, fine. Well, Rob said his piece. Since DJ wants to be talking shit. DJ.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to say something so bad too. The Saints are going to win the AFC South.
Well, since they're not in the AFC, overreaction.
I mean, sorry.
You fucking
Sorry.
motherfucker.
Shut up.
None
Shut
of the
up.
AFC South teams want to win that division. So
My bad. NFC
not an
South.
overreaction. Yeah.
Oh,
That's an overreaction. I believe Tampa's going to win the NFC South.
See, I wanted to get that to Rob, but then his hatred would have came out, so I didn't want to get that to him.
Oh,
Well, look, we're gonna watch.
what?
Rob gets to watch Baker Mayfield win the NFC South, just like everybody else.
yeah. Rob's gonna see Tampa Bay go to the NFC Championship.
Well, hold on. I didn't say all that shit.
Oh,
Hold up. I'm saying it. I'm calling it.
Whoa,
I said
hold
those
your horses.
motherfuckers are going to the playoffs.
Rob,
They're
if
gonna win.
Baker Mayfield takes Tampa Bay to the NFC Championship, then
won't.
what?
He's
He
going
hates
for the
it.
49ers.
Niners.
He's going again.
That's
He's
true.
going for the 49ers. Yes.
That's true.
He would
Yeah.
cheer for Mike.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm just
hurtful.
confused by this. I mean, they're players I don't like, but if they make my team win,
Rob don't give a
I still
shit.
don't
how
like
do you?
Doesn't matter.
Rob don't give a shit. Nope.
The dude's the man of principle. So
Nope.
I don't get it.
Well, if you don't get that, you'll get this one, Phil. The NFC South winner will beat the Eagles wild card weekend.
oh boy.
The NFC South winner, which is looking to be Tampa Bay.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I think it's distinctly possible. Even in Philly, I think it could happen.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If everything plays out like it already is, it won't be in Philly.
Won't be the home team.
Philly will be
They'll be the team.
so they have
That's
to travel.
true.
Yeah.
That's
Philly,
that's
I
true.
think it's a wild card. They will be on the road. Yeah.
He will be on the road.
I think
Tampa could legitimately beat them. I really do.
I think Tampa. I could see Tampa making the championship game in the NFC.
I don't.
It'll be a lot of weird freaking voodoo mumbo jumbo, but I can see it happening. They're playing good, and this is when you need to play good this time of year.
The only reason
like
I said they beat Philly is because Philly's secondary is trash. So Mike Evans is going to go nuts. That's the only reason I said that.
Well, I mean,
Judging the
I can
Lord's work.
I can see him. I mean, they have a they want to win, which a lot of teams don't. It seems like in the NFL,
Mhm.
Like the
and
Jags.
they like the Jags exactly. There's a lot of them, and Tampa is on a run, and I think except for this last week, but I think I don't know. I could see them. I could see them sneaking their way in.
Okay. All right.
Right, Phil.
All right. So the next four for everybody. This is open season for y'all. The first one, Russell Wilson will be let go from the Broncos. Keyword before June 1st.
Yes, because his contract gets paid off if he's there after March.
Yeah,
Isn't it
It'll be
dead
done.
money still? He's like still has a guarantee on it, right?
They're both dead money. It's just
They're
how
both dead money,
Denver's
it's
gonna
how
eat the
much,
money.
Yeah.
I think they try to trade him. I don't think they'll just release
they're
him.
going to try,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a
Take him knowing,
Well, that's the thing.
No one can
So-
take him
so
knowing he'll hit.
I phrased it by either direction, whether he's traded, let go, cut,
Oh,
whatever.
Not
Yeah.
an overreaction. He won't be a Bronco next year. They're probably gonna try and get rid of him.
yeah.
Well,
He's
but-
gone.
but
He's gone
Is
this year.
it before June 1st or after June 1st?
Or
Yeah, we'll do math right now.
Depends on Sean Payton's period, basically.
Yeah,
Hold on a second, JC.
What?
All right. Just get that man some tampons and call it a day. Don't talk
There
shit
you
about him.
go.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Damn, that's fucked up. Leave that man alone.
What? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say that was wrong?
You
Tell me
said
what I
nothing
said
that
that was
was
wrong.
wrong. You said nothing that was
Jesus
You
wrong.
ever
Christ,
look at
I mean,
Sean
Sean-
Payton and think, man, he constantly has blue steel on his face. Like, he always looking like Zoolander and shit.
You know what? I'd rather have blue steel than have the face that wants to get punched every day. I'm
That's
just
true.
saying.
Well,
That's true.
that's Nick Sirianni's bitch ass.
That's right.
Yeah, I said
Exactly.
it. I said it. I stand by it. Fuck him and fuck Philly.
All right. So
you know what?
since
I'm still convinced that Bill Burr is the head coach of the Buffalo Bills.
this guy,
Jesus Christ.
this
I don't know.
guy.
I don't know if you guys are side by side, but Bill Burr, comedian
Well-
extraordinaire,
Oh yeah.
Well,
and Buffalo Bills coach.
Sean
I think they're the
McDermott.
same person. There you go. Sean
Yeah,
McDermott, the same
definitely the
person.
same
Well,
person.
Well,
that's just like
now I'm
saying
gonna do
everybody.
it.
Go ahead.
Damn it, Phil. Now I'm gonna go take a look and see what they look
Hey,
like side by
Tell
side.
me I'm
because
wrong.
you-
Take a look
that
and
is-
tell me I'm wrong.
That's just like
Hold
everybody
on.
saying Brock Purdy's John Harbaugh's illegitimate son.
They look alike,
I'm,
bro. You don't
no,
see
I'm
that
saying these
Stop
guys are the
that.
same people. I'm saying Sean McDermott and Bill Burr are the same person. And I
Okay,
stand by it.
I won't say they're the same person, Phil, but you are very, very close to being correct because they look very similar.
Jesus.
I mean,
Bruce Wayne.
I mean, all I know for sure is I haven't seen them both in the same place at the same time.
Okay.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
All right. Well, since everyone was all hot and bothered about this conversation, let me ask all of you: Dan
Like Sean
Campbell
Payton.
should have went for the PAT and then send that into overtime.
No. That's an overreaction. He should have done what he did. That's Dan Campbell. That's his MO.
No, man.
No,
on
I'm
the
serious.
road, on
That's
the road, you go for the win.
That's his MO. Dan Campbell, I guarantee you, he told his team, if we are within 1 point, we are going for 2, period. And they were like, yes, coach. And that's the way it was. I mean,
That's
no.
the way it was. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. All right.
I know he said that.
Okay. So there will be at least 3 lower seeds, so away teams that will be winning Super Wild Card Weekend
Across both conferences? Or across
across both
both
conferences. Mm-hmm.
That is not an overreaction.
Not an overreaction.
not an overreaction. Nope.
Because we got Cleveland. I expect that they'll win.
Yeah, they're probably playing the Jags and they'll probably beat the fuck out of us. Damn it.
Well, I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not an overreaction. We'll
It's
see.
not. That one's not. That one's Cleveland. Cleveland's going to be a second round team, I think. And
Miami is a possible wild card team too.
Correct.
Tampa Bay, I already told you, could be. Dallas. I mean, there's a
I mean,
bunch.
the Eagles are potentially a wild card team right now.
Potentially.
They will be.
So can you name 3 in each conference? So okay, sorry. So in each conference, can you give me 2 in each.
Ooh.
Philly and LA and the NFC.
In the AFC,
Why,
I can
why do
give
I
you
feel like
Cleveland,
you're
Miami.
doing this to try and
AFC,
get everyone's pick
Cleveland and
strategy?
Miami.
Why do I feel
I'm
like
not.
okay?
I'm not.
I don't know if I trust you.
Hey,
Cleveland and
JC,
Miami. Yeah, Cleveland and Miami. And
Mike's not that smart. Okay,
Okay.
there's no way he's doing that.
All
That
right.
There's
motherfucker's
no way you
stupid.
think that far ahead.
You're stupid. Shut up.
That was a deep dig. That was a deep dig, JC.
I'm
That was-
just
I mean,
saying.
I can see my Jags going out first round if they make it there. By God.
Yeah.
And
All right. So Rob said the Rams. All right. Cool.
See, look at
motherfucker, I knew it. I knew it.
All right. Last one.
Yeah.
Last one. Harbaugh and the Ravens will win Super Bowl 58 convincingly.
overreaction. It will not be
Overreaction.
convincingly.
They're
Or
not.
lose horribly in the
They're
second
not playing
round.
Miami in the Super Bowl. They're not going to win convincingly. So
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it for
it
me.
seems
Winning
right
it-
now to me it could be convincing. It could be, but it's only because they're just trending that way. I mean, if you look at the last few weeks, they've dominated teams that are.
Yeah, they binked the Niners over, and then when they were done with them, they moved on to Miami. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Fuck you
And
gonna
the
do?
week before that, they trounced the Jaguars too. I mean, they're looking pretty damn solid.
all right.
Okay.
All right. On to week 18. So real quickly, let's give everybody what the clinching scenarios are for each team here. So first off, what is already set up? Who's clinched? Who's eliminated? On the AFC side, Baltimore has wrapped up the number one overall seed for the AFC. Nothing they win or lose, they have that spot. Miami has clinched a playoff berth, but not the division. Kansas City has clinched the AFC West, and no matter what, they're locked into the 3 seed. Cleveland has clinched a playoff berth, and I believe they're locked into the 5 seed no matter what. So, AFC teams eliminated: Denver, Cincinnati, Vegas, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans, Chargers, and Patriots. And Jacksonville, Indy, Houston, and Pittsburgh are in the running on the AFC side. On the NFC side, the San Francisco 49ers have the number one overall seed, have that clinched and wrapped up no matter what. Dallas and Philly both have a playoff berth clinched, but not their division. Detroit has clinched the NFC North. They have a shot at the 2 seed, but can get no worse than the 3 seed. And the Rams have clinched a playoff berth as well. Chicago, the Giants, the the Cardinals, and the Panthers are eliminated from playoff contention. But here's the craziness of it. The 7-9 Vikings, the 7-9 Atlanta Falcons still have a shot. And in the Falcons' case, they have a shot to win their division, if I'm not mistaken.
Bullshit.
It's a long shot, but there's a way. So, in addition to that, the Saints, Seahawks, Packers, and Bucks are all in the running as well. So, and as I mentioned before, Carolina clinched the worst record in the league with Arizona's win last week, but that pick is going to the Bears via trade. So, what is on tap here? What can be clinched here? We'll start on the AFC side of things. Houston clinches an AFC South title with a win over the Colts, or Jacksonville's loss or tie, basically.
And a Jaguar loss.
And a Jaguar loss. Oh, is it and or? They put or on here. I don't know why, but I think it has to be both, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. Now, they can clinch a playoff berth with a win, or if they tie and Jacksonville loses and Pittsburgh loses or ties. This weird scenario right there. Basically, the Texans win and you're in one way or another. The Colts
Just win.
Yeah.
Well, it's not winning you're in. It's win with a Jaguar loss.
Well, they still get the playoffs if they win.
They still get into the playoffs,
they still
though.
get
They
the playoffs
would
if they
get
win.
like,
Oh, they're in. Yeah, they
Yeah,
instantly win.
that's winning you're in,
Right.
basically.
they come in like the
Indy pretty much the same thing. Win and they're in the playoffs. They can win the division with a win and a Jacksonville loss or tie. Or if they tie and Jacksonville loses, Indy wins the division.
So
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Via tiebreaker. Yeah, that's crazy.
And in the off chance that they do not... Oh, by the way, the Houston Texans-Colts game is basic elimination game. Whoever loses is out.
So it's their
Steelers.
playoff.
Yeah. Clinch a playoff berth. They need some help. Obviously, they need to beat Baltimore. They can do it with a win and a Baltimore loss, or a win and a Jacksonville loss or tie, or a win and Texans Colts tie, or they tie.
Rob.
Jacksonville loses and Houston and Indy doesn't end in a tie, or
Jesus Christ.
Jacksonville loses, Denver wins, and then Houston and Indy doesn't end in a tie. Yeah, there's a lot for the Steelers. Take notes, guys. It's going to be a test. All right.
This is
Yeah.
all right.
Wait,
I'm
Miami-
gonna fail that test, I promise you.
Okay.
Miami, pretty basic. Win or tie, they clinch the AFC East and lock up the 2 seed. That's another thing, too. Yeah. Whoever wins the AFC East is going to the 2 seed. Buffalo obviously wins the division with a win over the Dolphins, but can still get in if they tie with the Dolphins, or Pittsburgh loses or ties, or Jacksonville loses or ties, or Houston and Indy tie. And Jacksonville, pretty simple. Win, you clinch the division. If every AFC South game ends in a tie, Jacksonville wins the division.
Nice.
Okay, so there's a chance.
There's
There's
So
a chance.
there's a
you're saying.
chance.
Okay. Dope.
Dang,
You hear that, Phil?
Yeah.
You heard that, Phil, right? Have some hope.
There's a little bit of hope right there.
Yeah.
You know what
There you
happens
go,
when
buddy.
there's hope.
Now, if Jacksonville ties and Indy and Houston does not end in a tie, the Jags can still clinch a playoff berth if Philly loses or ties, or a bunch of other crazy scenarios. Pittsburgh loses, Denver loses, or ties, or Indy and Houston doesn't end in a tie. Bunch of crazy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. NFC, or sorry, NFC. It's pretty straightforward. Dallas
Oh, that's
win.
interesting.
If Dallas wins or Philadelphia loses, Dallas wins the division. If they tie and Philly ties, Dallas wins the division. So, Tampa Bay wins the NFC South because somebody has to. If they win
Against Carolina.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Tampa ties and New Orleans has a loss or tie. They can still clinch a playoff berth with a tie if Seattle loses and Green Bay loses or ties. Here's a fun one for
Okay.
you. Atlanta can win the NFC South at 8-9 if they win and Tampa Bay loses.
That,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way they get in, guys.
Love it.
this
Ah.
is is fucking ridiculous.
I'm going to be the biggest Falcons fan this week.
New Orleans can win the division with a win and a Tampa loss or tie, or New Orleans ties and Tampa loses. New Orleans wins the division, and they still have a shot to get a playoffs if they win, because they're not playing Tampa. So if Tampa wins, they clinch. But if New Orleans wins, they would need Seattle to lose or tie and Green Bay to lose or tie to clinch a playoff berth, among other things. Philly can win the NFC East with a win and a Dallas loss or tie, or Philly ties and Dallas loses. That's it. For them, pretty basic, right? Seattle
Mhm.
can clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Cardinals, plus Green Bay's loss or tie. If Seattle ties, there's a couple scenarios that both involve Green Bay losses and either a Tampa loss or tie or a New Orleans loss or tie. Here's a fun one for you. Despite everything, Minnesota has a shot to clinch a playoff berth at 8-9. Not the division, a playoff berth. If
Gross.
they win and Green Bay loses and Seattle loses and Tampa loses, or they win and Green Bay loses, Seattle loses, or New Orleans loses. The Vikings can sneak in. In essence, they
Gross.
need the most help with a win. So,
I mean, are you
yeah.
sure they need the most help? Because I mean, that long ass list of Pittsburgh you just gave.
Nah, man, that
Oh,
just
you
means
thought
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
has
was long.
options.
I'm about to read Green Bay. Here we go.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
Never
hell.
mind. I spoke.
You
too
had to
soon.
open your mouth.
If
Yeah.
Green Bay beat the Bears, you clinch the playoffs. If you tie, then you also need Seattle to lose or tie, plus New Orleans to lose or tie, or you need Seattle to lose plus a Tampa loss, or Seattle tie plus a Tampa loss or tie. Or if Minnesota
Okay.
loses or ties, you would also need a Seattle loss plus a Tampa loss, or if Minnesota loses or ties, you need a Seattle loss plus a New Orleans loss. All right. Hope you guys were paying attention. There's going to be a quiz tomorrow. Yeah.
No, I passed out halfway through. I
Nah,
lost consciousness halfway through.
Thanks. Thank you so
I
much.
know what the
That's-
number one seeds are, guys. That's about it.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. So long and
Fair.
short of it is
Niners.
we know Baltimore
Maybe.
and San Fran are number one seeds. The
Maybe
winner
a
of the
few
AFC East gets the 2 seed. Kansas is locked into the 3 seed. Cleveland's locked into the 5 seed. The AFC South winner is locked into the 4 seed. NFC side, San Francisco's got 1. The NFC now Detroit has a shot at the 2nd seed if Philly and Dallas lose.
And Dallas
Detroit wins. Yes. If Philly or Dallas wins, I believe that puts Detroit into the 3 seed no matter what. NFC South winner is in the 4 spot. So
Yeah, they can't win any higher than that.
yeah, and whoever does not win the NFC East is locked into the 5 spot. So all right. So that all being said, we're not going to pick the games individually. I'm just going to read the games at hand. The Saturday flex doubleheader. Pittsburgh at Baltimore with that amazing referee crew, huh? Right? Yep.
What's the over/under on bad calls? Anybody want to take a
oh
look at that?
boy, I'm gonna say 5, 5.5.
Well, shit. I was gonna go 5.
Yeah, talk about like you're like being under the gun
yeah,
at this point.
pretty much.
Which that crew should be perfect.
Yeah.
Can do nothing other than perfect.
The second game of that Saturday doubleheader is Houston at Indianapolis. Now, remember, Jacksonville will know going into their game on Sunday, based on the clinching scenarios, what is going to happen with this. So, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
The bigger question is, JC, where are we meeting for the game on Sunday?
Well, it depends on my daughter's tournament because she does have a tournament this weekend. So, yeah.
All right, figure it out. Let me know.
I will let you know that the Tennessee Jacksonville game is being shown locally, so we can watch it at home, thankfully. So,
well, that's no fun.
I know. So, Sunday early games: Cleveland at Cincinnati, Minnesota at Detroit, Jacksonville at Tennessee, Jets at Patriots, Falcons at New Orleans, and Tampa at Carolina. So, by 3 o'clock Central on Sunday, we will know who has won the NFC South. Come on, Atlanta. All right. Sunday late afternoon games. Chicago at Green Bay, Denver at Vegas, Eagles at Giants, Seattle at Arizona, Kansas City at the Chargers, Rams at San Francisco, and Dallas at Washington. And the Sunday night game, Buffalo at Miami. Great pick, NBC, flexing that one. So that's going to be pretty epic. All right.
Wow.
So for our final Week 18 predictions, again, we're just naming off our playoff machine. And we're going in the order of our overall standings.
Hooray.
So chicken wing. That
Huh?
means
What?
you're going first. Yeah.
Am I really?
Yes, you are.
Damn it.
Good dog.
Yeah, great picks, buddy.
You got your
No.
playoff machine ready to go?
I made
Nope.
a couple changes,
Okay.
but I'm actually
We tried to
redoing
get Atlanta in. I knew it.
No.
That's Rob's job, guys.
Nah. No, I legit made some couple changes right now, actually. So I'm actually redoing it.
Okay.
So
How much time do you need?
someone,
30
just one person to go in front of me. real
I'm
quick.
ready if y'all are ready.
Well, I'm since I'm in last and have virtually no shot to do this.
Do it.
I'll just read mine off. So here is what I think the AFC playoff picture is going to be. Obviously, Baltimore is at number 1. I've got Miami at the 2 seed hosting the 7 seed Pittsburgh Steelers. Kansas City at the 3 seed hosting the 6 seed Houston Texans. And Jacksonville at the 4 seed hosting the 5th seed Cleveland Browns. On the NFC side of things, obviously the Niners at the 1 seed. I have Dallas at the 2 seed hosting the 7 seed Seattle Seahawks. Detroit at the 3 seed hosting the Los Angeles Rams at the 6 seed. And Tampa with the 4 seed hosting the 5th seed Philadelphia Eagles. All right. Chico Wing, you're up.
About that. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
I'm just playing. All right, cool. So on the AFC side, I have obviously number 1 Baltimore, cheating asses.
They bodied y'all.
Bye week. Shut up, bitch. Okay, they bodied us like how we bodied you. Right? Shut up. Okay, it's in the past. All right, I moved on.
I mean, yours is within a couple of weeks. I mean, mine was like literally months ago. But go on.
Nah. So all right. So we Baltimore is locked in number 1. Obviously, I'm having Buffalo and Miami as the rematch from this Sunday's game.
Ooh,
7.
that'll be fun.
Houston will be going to Arrowhead for that game, 6-3, and then Cleveland will take a trip down south to Jacksonville for that game. What was that?
I was just gonna say, I think that Houston and KC game would be super fun to watch.
That probably would be.
Anyway, that's just a random thought, but I think that'd be badass.
No, I mean that's like this got a lot of interesting matchups actually. So on the NFC side, your boys got number 1, obviously. DJ, y'all will be hosting. Keyword hosting Seattle.
All right.
The Rams will be going to Detroit, so Rob can be conflicted. And Philly will go to Tampa.
All right.
Take on Baker Mayfield. All right.
That's right.
All right, Phil, you're up.
All right, I'm actually very similar to Chicken Wing. For the most part, I have the exact same things in my Baltimore number 1, Buffalo and Miami for the 2nd, 7th seed games. The only difference I had in the whole AFC was I think Indy wins this week. I think Indy pulls it out in 6th seed versus KC.
Ooh.
And then
Okay.
then Cleveland comes to Jacksonville for the last game. NFC side, we are also very similar in that San Fran first, LA travels to Dallas, and in the last game, with the 5th and the 4th seed, is Philly goes to New Orleans. But the other game that I chose different from him was I picking Green Bay to go to Detroit.
Dang, Phil's going in with the differences. Oh shit! Wow.
There's only two differences.
Now keep in mind, this is just the differences among the playoff teams. There's still all the other little minuscule games that don't have a major impact that
I know.
don't have to reveal.
Right. No, I'm this is playoff machine, just pure playoff machine.
Playoffs. All right, DJ, you're up.
Well, to nobody's surprise, Baltimore is number 1.
Of course. Yeah. Cheating.
I have Jacksonville going to Buffalo.
Ooh.
I have Miami going to Kansas City. And I have Cleveland going to Houston.
Okay.
On the NFC side, I have that team in California at number 1.
There's a few, actually.
The Chargers?
Fuck off, all of you.
Yeah, got the Chargers, the number 1 seed. Can you imagine? Anyway, no way in hell. The Niners at number 1. Then I've got New Orleans going to Dallas.
Okay.
I've got Los Angeles going to Detroit. And then I have Philly going to visit Baker Mayfield.
All right.
Wait. Say your 7th and 5th seed games again?
7th seed New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
5th seed Philadelphia.
So
And-
hold up. You're picking 2 NFC South teams to make the playoffs.
That's fucking
That's
wild.
how wild the NFC is this year, guys.
Chaos.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
I just want to hear him say it. Is that what you're saying right now? Is that what I'm
That's what
hearing?
he's
What you
saying.
saying, homie? Yeah,
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's
I'm all
saying.
Yeah,
for it.
that's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Let's
All
go.
That's what I'm
all right.
saying. Yeah,
right.
that's
All right.
yeah.
I just
Rob's gonna
Alright.
have this magical playoff bracket where the Buffalo Bills are out and the Baker Mayfields are out. Go
I
ahead, Rob.
assume Rob has like 2. He has his real one, and he has his chaos scenario. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
So we'll start with chaos.
okay.
Yes,
See
I
what I mean?
fucking agree.
Yeah, there
In
it
the
is.
chaos scenario, we have what do we have here? We have
This
the
is
number
gonna be
1
wild.
seed Baltimore Ravens. Right. We have the 7th seed Houston Texans going into the 2 seed Buffalo Bills.
Alright.
The 6th
Wow.
seed Miami Dolphins going into Kansas City, and the 5th seed Cleveland Browns at Jacksonville. See,
Okay.
it's not too crazy, right?
As your chaos seed?
Oh, you wait.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Number 1 seed San Francisco for the NFC. We have the 7th seed Green Bay Packers going into the 2nd seed Dallas Cowboys. The 6th seed LA Rams going to the 3 seed Detroit Lions. And the 5th seed Philadelphia Eagles going into Atlanta for the 4th seed.
Jesus Christ.
All right, that's his chaos. All right, Rob, go fuck off. All right.
I love it. He's got Carolina
Alright.
beating Tampa in the chaos scenario.
Oh my
They
God.
might fucking do it. They might fucking do it.
they might just do
Oh
it.
my
Alright.
god, that's
I
great.
cannot believe he put Tampa Bay out. Man. I gave Rob all three of his teams, and he's like,
Alright.
nah.
That's his
Like, no,
chaos.
can't have none. Alright, so let's go a little more realistic now.
Alright.
Where's the changes in this one? Okay, realistically, my AFC basically stays the same. So Houston to Buffalo, Miami into KC, and Cleveland to Jacksonville. On the NFC side, it's San Fran, number 1. 7th seed Seattle going into Dallas. LA going into Detroit. And Philly going into Tampa Bay.
Alright.
That's a little more realistic.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Did you paste your?
But
The
Atlanta.
question remains: if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make it to the NFC Championship game,
Here we go.
I
That wasn't a
watched
real
them lose to San Francisco. We already answered this.
Yeah, I know.
you won't. That's not going to turn you. What's it take to make you become a Baker Mayfield fan?
Nothing.
He has to renounce his OU heritage.
Would a Super Bowl win? Would a Super Bowl win do it?
Have him declare he's not a Sooner.
Oh.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Yeah, he loves them too much.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if he wins a Super Bowl for your Buccaneers,
He's not
Congrats
going to.
the Bucks, but you got to get past San Francisco and anybody else. So
no. I know it's not likely. I'm just asking if you can say, you know what, I renounce the Lions.
Nope.
By God,
nope,
your
nope,
conviction is to be admired.
That's crazy how JC and I are.
Maybe in your own folly, but
no, it's just conviction.
stand by your guns, I guess.
Asians
Yeah.
are fiercely loyal, even in their hatred.
You know,
Even in their hatred.
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, so out of Rob's. Oh, that's your chaos one. Never mind. Well,
Mhm.
out of your chaos scenario, the game I would be more inclined to watch. I mean, DJ brought up a good subject. Out of the chaos scenario, the game I'm inclined to watch is Miami at Kansas City.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That will be a fun game. I wouldn't be as interested as Houston into Buffalo. I think that game 3, because who won the first meetup between Buffalo and Miami? Buffalo, right?
Buffalo. At
Buffalo.
home.
Buffalo.
So if
Mhm.
Miami wins, then that game 3, oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Rams
that's
will
true. There
sit-
is a shot for them to have a. Well, no. If Miami wins, it knocks Buffalo out. The only way you get a game 3 is if Buffalo beats Miami, and then
All right,
Miami
so
falls to 7. So
this is confirmed. I hate
What
this
is?
already. Rams will sit Stafford, Cup, Donald, Kyron, and Nakua for the season finale in the 49ers playoff. Actually, they're gonna run Nakua until he breaks his record, and then he's gonna sit. He's gonna sit the rest of the game.
well,
How many
you
more
gotta
receptions
imagine
does
the
he need?
Ravens and Niners are sitting everybody. So
Yeah, but this is the Rams though. They are also sitting Stafford,
well,
Aaron
yeah,
Donald.
they have a playoff
They're
spot
locked
locked
in.
up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, they're
Locked
locked
up.
into the stage.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
the most interesting situation for all this right now is with Baltimore and Pittsburgh, because Baltimore has nothing to play for
Yeah.
And
at
Pittsburgh has
all.
everything to play for.
Which is what I thought. It was weird that they flexed that game to Saturday. Like, why does ESPN want that game? It's meaningless to Baltimore. Like,
It's means
Because-
Baltimore, but it means a lot to
because
Pittsburgh.
I
It's
know.
everything to Pittsburgh.
Like, why couldn't you have done, say, oh, geez, I don't know.
Because you gotta look at viewers.
Atlanta, New Orleans. You know, they still have something to play for technically.
Well,
But
Pittsburgh
that
does
would-
too. Actually, Pittsburgh's not
Well, Pittsburgh
eliminated.
does. Baltimore doesn't. See,
Yeah, but that
you want
wouldn't- that
when you
wouldn't
flex
determine
these
the South,
national
though.
TV games, you want two teams that have something to play for, not just one of them. You know.
Ideally, yeah, but like
Yes,
the
you're
game
right.
you
You're right.
suggested, it wouldn't lock up the South though. You would need like something to lock up something. So
Well, I mean, technically, Houston and Indy doesn't lock up anything either, but they're still both playing for
Nope.
something, right?
they are, but
Yeah,
then
so
but the problem with that is doesn't Jacksonville have something to play for too, right?
yeah, Jacksonville wins
Well,
win the division.
Jacksonville wins the win division, and if whoever wins Indy or in that game probably gets the wild card.
Probably gets a wild card, yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean. There's no lock somewhere, and then that just means Jacksonville has to play for some. Well, then they still got to
Well,
play for something.
Okay, Houston and
Charlotte.
Indy is basing elimination game as we went over the scenarios.
Yeah,
Whoever wins gets a playoff spot. The loser done. So that
playing
makes
playoff
sense why that
football
one was
already.
flexed. Pittsburgh, Baltimore doesn't really make sense. Baltimore's got the 1 seed locked up. They're going to rest everybody. Pittsburgh is trying to win to have a shot at the playoffs. Basically, is what's going on. So, then why I'm saying that Atlanta and New Orleans might be going to flex. Now, granted, both of them in a way need a little bit of help, but they still are playing for something, you know. So at least you'll get a good game out of that. Buffalo and Miami, yes, that makes sense why that one was flexed. They both have something to play for.
no, I can now that I'm re-looking at all these. No, you're probably right.
Yeah,
Atlanta Saints would have been the better of the two to match up on Saturday,
right.
or put them both on Saturday. You know,
Mhm.
AFC, one game for AFC, one game for NFC.
Which
And
what you
that'll-
would have had, yeah. So I don't know. The Steelers Baltimore choice is weird to me for ESPN to pick that one up to Saturday, but that is what it is.
The Vegas Denver game has got some possible implications. I mean, it takes a lot of other things for that to happen, but Both
they're
those
both
teams-
eliminated. So yeah,
they're both
Mhm.
eliminated.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're both
they're-
out.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
They're
never mind.
gone,
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, they're both eliminated in that scenario. So
Cleveland's locked up, so there's no point since
Yeah.
he's gone. So they're done with that. Minnesota has more to play for than Detroit. Detroit's locked. So
well,
there's-
Detroit is actually still playing for a 2 seed. That could have been a good game. Minnesota has to win and have a lot of help. So that's
Yeah.
two teams that are both playing for something. But then again, Vikings just got beat the fuck up by the Packers. So yeah,
Which is funny.
Yeah.
Go on.
it's hilariously funny.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, honestly, it looks like whoever's playing Kansas City is going to be the interesting game on the AFC side. To be honest,
pretty much because we just don't know what the hell's going on with Kansas City at this point. Like, are they just going to flick a switch in the playoffs or what? So
now if it's LA at Dallas, which I doubt, but if it's LA at Dallas, I definitely watch that game.
That'd be fun.
that'd be fun.
That'd be a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dallas wins that one pretty easy though.
Yeah, any game to and then LA at Detroit. That's just like two of Rob's three teams to get knocked out already. So that's good. Good stuff right there. Cause fuck Rob.
All
Yeah,
this hatred. You
I was
really just
waiting
gotta.
for that. That's what I was waiting on. Yeah, that's,
Cause fuck him.
It's a lot of hatred. You gotta just relax a little bit.
Alright.
So NFC Championship, Detroit versus Tampa Bay.
Oh snap.
no,
The Lions.
no,
I would just not watch football.
no,
I just wouldn't watch.
no.
No.
Why
I
not?
wouldn't do it.
Well,
I mean,
Well, I'm going for the Lions personally in that. But
I mean
I
Baker
want to see the
though.
Lions. I want to see the Lions
We
go.
will see how this all plays out. Next week we'll recap how we did week 18. We'll reveal who won the season-long pickup game because it's pretty damn close, guys. It's anybody's game at this point except for mine, really.
Nah, bro, you got it.
Yeah, just
Perfect week, bro.
don't
Just
save
get
your
a perfect
picks.
week.
I got a shot.
I already
And
fucking did
then
it.
we will prep for the playoffs, and we'll be picking the entire bracket. Yes, the entire NFL playoff bracket. We'll be making our predictions one by one as well. So, yep. Thank you everybody for joining us. This has always been a fun thing to do every year, and I'm glad it's close up until the very end here. So, in a way, we've all got something to play for, right? Yeah.
Facts.
In my case, pride.
Except for you, JC, because you're out of it.
I said,
Damn.
Jesus,
keep talking,
Damn.
Phil. Keep talking.
the Lord have
I
mercy.
know. I gotta play you guys this freaking
'Cause
weekend.
if Tennessee wins this week, you are going to be back to depressed.
Oh man, if Tennessee wins, JC's gonna go in, and I pop waiting for
I'm
it.
not going to go in. I'm going to be drinking in celebration instead of sorrow.
Drunk Bill,
Yeah.
drunk
You
JC.
rub my
All
nose
right.
in.
Let's go.
That'll be a hell of a show.
I'll say. All right,
Yeah.
let's do this bracket now, guys.
I'm just gonna let you know. Guess who practiced today? Trevor Lawrence
Trevor Lawrence?
and Christian Kirk.
Oh,
Kirk
okay.
practiced today.
Oh,
Both of
gosh.
them.
Can I ask a question real quick? Just a quick question.
Sure.
When Tennessee beat y'all last year, weren't Christian Kirk and Trevor Lawrence healthy?
Wasn't Christian? No.
You mean
That-
the early game of the season when they won like
That-
week 4? Yeah, I think they were, but I mean,
Ask him.
Trevor Lawrence is finding his stride, but hey, our number one receiver and our QB1 is back, and we're playing
Sunshine.
the Titans, who
Go ahead.
I mean,
let me hear this shit. Still,
it's an emotional.
Still,
This is the game.
still
This is the
bitching about
game.
what Jeff Fisher said years ago. God, get over it.
This game. It's always
Right
the
here.
game I want to win. If we win 2 games in the season, I just want them both to be against Tennessee.
You sound like
Always.
Nori when they play the Cowboys and don't ever beat us.
Yeah, except we do
Yeah.
occasionally beat the Titans. Occasionally.
Man, Nori's not here.
Yeah,
to
well, it
defend
doesn't
himself,
matter.
bro. It's messed up. Messed up.
Mike, I love Nori, but I hate the
really
Giants.
rooting for my Titans right
This is
now
what it is.
because they need to get a division win. They haven't won a division win all season. So
You're rooting for them, but did you pick them?
I don't
Is
know.
the
You heard
question.
my playoff scenario. Did it sound like I picked them?
It didn't
Yes.
sound like you picked them.
That is
It
true.
did.
It sounded like he picked the Jags to win our division, which means he picked the Jags to win.
I mean,
which is
Crazy.
interesting. It's yeah.
I'll take it.
We'll see how that goes.
I know. I'm scared.
I'm just praying at this point I can get a 16-0, even if I don't win, just to be great, you know. So, just to say,
Dude, if you get a 16-0, bro, I would like
give me all your winnings.
no, but no,
No.
but
If he gets 16-0, can you free Derrick Henry?
No,
Oh,
Somebody ought to free his ass.
he's not a
hey, you know
free-
what? You know what, JC? Go to
What?
FanDuel, bet $5, 16-game parlay, fucking go.
I'm very tempted to do that, but we'll see.
Might as well, bro.
So, yeah,
It's not a bad idea,
I
actually.
mean, I do get
This is
paid.
This is a hard week to do that in, though, guys. This is a hard week to do.
Yeah,
This is
it
the
is.
hardest week to do it in.
I'm only out $5. Why not? Right. So,
Exactly. See,
Yep.
$5.
so why not?
What do you got to lose?
I wish I did that one week. By God.
oh man.
By the way,
Don't
guys,
remind Rob.
my daughter's softball team is selling squares for the national championship, and if you want to buy squares, just hit us up on Twitter at SportsMinorPod, and $20 a square. Help us with some registration fees, uniforms for the upcoming spring season. So, yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this week's episode of the Sports Minorities Podcast. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan, and joining me this week was...
Forever second place, no longer the Oracle, and Rob celebrates in all of his glory.
What you talking about?
Shut up, Rob.
I would never celebrate your misery.
to your face, anyway.
Fuck you.
Yeah, definitely to your face.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rob, the Lions fan. Just saying, go Lions. Let's try and get that 2 seed.
DJ here, Cowboys fan. You can't have it, Rob. We're going to take it by beating Washington.
One can hope. Miracles happen.
Hey, this is Phil, coolest motherfucker you know, Jags fan,
Oh, yeah?
and perpetually
All right.
heartbroken. Perpetually
Yeah.
heartbroken. It's gonna be a fun week. Go Jags! If we don't beat the Titans, you can find me hanging from a tree in
Oh, my God.
Wow.
one of these
Lord
local
have
zip
mercy,
codes.
Come on,
I
buddy.
know.
Phil.
I know.
No reason for
I
that.
thought you were used to
No
this
reason
by
for
now.
that.
I'm making jokes. I make
Okay.
No
jokes.
reason for
I
that,
make
man.
jokes.
Mark.
I was a
I
little
I mean,
make jokes.
Look, Phil, start with heroin and then go from there. That's all you got to do, man.
Fair enough.
Work
That's
your
a
way
good
up.
call. Good call. There's a lot of psychedelics I haven't even even thought about first. You're right. You're absolutely right.
See, there's still a lot of people
Marines,
with
didn't y'all do some crazy shit?
Oh yeah. So yeah.
He can
Good
confirm
answer.
nor
Good
deny.
answer. Exactly.
Neither confirm nor deny.
Thank you.
No?
And again, Happy New Year to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities, search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
If we lose the Titans,
That's all I can do.
you guys need to call the suicide hotline for me because my God.
JC, take care of that.
We'll do a
JC,
weather check.
I'll call it the gloat. That's about it. So.